It's the 2024 Honda Prologue. It's the first fully electric car from Honda, and I feel like there's a lot of GM about this Prologue. Yes, GM and Honda partnered on the Prologue, and like I say, I feel like there's a lot of GM here, and that's not a bad thing, but Honda managed to get some of their own, goodness in there, but some of the things like the key, the chime, the platform, the gear selector. There's a lot of GM in here, but let's go for a drive. This is the dual motor all-wheel drive, 288 horsepower, 333 pound-feet of torque. It's really comfortable, but I will say it feels heavy. Like, it doesn't have as much get up and go as a lot of EVs I've been in do. It's just okay in terms of that, like, driving enjoyment I usually like out of an EV. But it's comfortable. You know, power seats, leather seats. They're not too big for me. The car is not overly huge. It's got a good backup camera. It's pretty smooth. It's pretty quiet, as you can tell. And I really don't have any complaints about this to speak of. I do love the front end. I will say this does echo a lot of the other Honda SUVs. The front end looks very Honda. Let's see if there's a frunk. Did you hear that chime when I opened the door? It's a very GM chime. No frunk whatsoever. It's all bits in there. As you can see, we have all-wheel drive badging. That means this is the dual motor all-wheel drive. You can get a single motor rear wheel drive. I love this retro Honda badging on here. I just honestly think it looks really cool. And then we get our big Prologue badging, and this is the touring trim, which is the top trim in both Canada and the US. We get lots of space behind the in the cargo area here, and we have a nice floor protector. I think that's specific to the touring. We get a little storage cubby underneath, just pretty much large enough to hold a snow brush, and that's pretty much it. There is space for a privacy shade. I wonder if that's an option they just decided not to put in the spec, and then we have some tie downs as well. As you can see, we have our percentage of it being charged here right on the screen, and then when you plug it in, like all EVs, it'll tell you how long it'll take. I'm at 319 kilometers at 72%. I will say I typically charge EVs at home. That's a GM chime. I typically charge my EVs at home on a level 1, which is just a standard household plug. And this has been incredibly slow to charge, and I don't know if it's just because it's winter time, so it may just be because it's winter and it is cold. You can see it's 4 degrees Celsius right now. But however, that would mean at 100% it'd be probably around 400 kilometers or so, and under 300 miles in total range for this Prologue. I have a head-up display. I have a fully digital driver display. The head-up display, I believe, is only on the top on the touring trim. So I know the base EX does not get the head-up display. This gear selector, while I completely love it, I love a stock gear selector. It is a GM part. Nice backup camera, really nice and clear. It's a little bit small, but it's very crisp and clear. Love that we get the 360 view. Love that the park button is just here on the end of the stock. But I have noticed with a lot of EVs now, you don't even need to put it in park. You just turn off the vehicle when you park, and it puts it in park for you automatically. Really nice, comfortable leather wrapped steering wheel. We have cruise control. We have our heated steering wheel button here. This feels really good. This, I will say, I should turn down the temp a little so it's not so loud. Dual zone climate, as you can tell. This is all Honda. You can tell this does not look like the typical GM dual pane of glass that you've seen in recent models. Also, very worth noting is that the Prologue gets wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. It's not connected right now because my phone is disconnected. However, this is still a Google Automotive based system. So we still get Google Assistant, we still get Google integration, Google Maps, all of the things that you might love if you've gotten used to Google Automotive, but you still get Apple CarPlay, which you do not get in the GM EVs that you're getting here. Heated and ventilated front seats on this top touring trim. Nice big area here for stuff. We have a wireless charging slot right here, which is cool, and 2 USB-C chargers and a household here as well, which we saw in the front. These cup holders are pretty big. I think this one's a little bit smaller. Nope, they're exact same size. And my reusable plastic cup here, it kind of sloshed around a little bit while I was driving just now, because it's a little small for these giant cup holders. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Bose, we get a 12 speaker Bose audio system. It's really good. It's not over the top. Of course, we get all of Honda's standard safety features in this Prologue. I love how roomy the Prologue is, and the floor is completely flat with 2 USB-C chargers and a household, plus a little cubby here and vents. Love that this has the panoramic sunroof. I know it's an option in the Blazer as well, which is the same platform, and I really missed it in the RS trim that we had. I really love a big panoramic sunroof. You guys know I always mention it. Center armrest with cup holders, 2 ISOFIX for child car seats back here. On this top touring trim, you do get leather, and then pretty decent materials. I will say mostly plastic with some leather, and really very basic and clean handles, hook, light, a nice fabric headliner, and I am 5'1". This is in my driving position, but yeah, as you can see, like a ton of room. So what do you think of the Prologue? Are you getting this over the Chevy Blazer, which would be the same platform, but a Chevy, or another EV? Apparently this competes with the EV9, but the EV9 is a 3-row from Kia, and this is definitely not a 3-row, nor is it as big, so I don't see that direct comparison there. The Prologue starts around 53,000 Canadian dollars, or around 49,000 US dollars. This one, as I mentioned, and that 49,000 US is for a single motor rear wheel drive. This one is the dual motor all-wheel drive, and this is the top touring trim, which will set you back about 63,000 Canadian dollars. So I'm going to guess probably in the mid-50s US dollars. There's a lot to love, but I will say, as I mentioned, it's been charging pretty slow. I think that might be a winter thing, but I also do know that some EVs just don't charge as efficiently on a level 1, and that's fine. If you owned an EV, you would probably install a level 2, or you'd have chargers at work. Most EV owners are charging at work or at home. I also found that it charged slowly at my fast charge, because I did take this to DC fast this morning, and I will have to again, since I have to return these as full battery as possible. So let me know what you guys think. Leave me a question or a comment, and we'll see you very soon. Please do subscribe here.